G'day guys, brothers, and the occasional sister. Where are my dogs? Somewhere out there in the paddock. There you go, g'day. Oh, we've had an awesome day. Been fishing today, hitching kahawai, and then the last couple of hours I've been shifting logs around up there. I've got 90 Douglas fir logs and I've been moving them into a stack so they can dry for the summer, so I can start building my log cabin in the winter. That's the plan, so I've got a whole summer to dry them. Anyway, today I thought I'd talk about language and words, because our words are so important to us. And I think about my whole life and to where I am today, and some of the dumb things I've said by not using my words carefully. The thing is, when you say something, you can't take it back. And we've all done it. We've all said, oh man, I should have said that. This is why saying nothing sometimes is the best thing you can do in a conversation with somebody. I find that when I meet people, other blokes, and I'll be talking, it's the guy that says the least that I often listen to the most. Because when he does have something to say, I generally tend to hold on to it, because what he's got to say is worth saying and worth listening to. So we can take a leaf out of that bloke's book and... Oh, excuse me, look at this dog. I'm walking along, she's pressing up alongside me the whole way. I just love my dogs, eh? Oh yes, you want to cuddle too, okay. Well, they've been in the kennel all day. They haven't had much love because I've been fishing and working this morning. They had a walk this morning and a walk down. They're just happy. The thing about your words too is your intention behind them. And some people use their words to manipulate, to get something that they want financially, emotionally, mentally, physically from another person. Check yourself on your words that you've got good intentions behind them. I'll give an example of where that doesn't work out for you or for the other person. I had a mate a few years ago, and he was clever at manipulating people to get what he wanted. And eventually I realised after a while that he was playing me, because it became like a one-way relationship. I was give on my part, nothing back. So eventually he said to me, man, you're a good mate and we're always going to be mates. And I said, you know what, buddy, you're not a good mate. You constantly take. You never turn up on time when you say you're going to do. Your words are thin. Your words don't hold any strength. You're not a good mate. And he was like, what? And I said, I'm serious. I'm telling you the truth. Every time we plan to go for a hunt, I'll meet you at 7 o'clock, you don't even give me a text, and I get there waiting for you for half an hour and to find you haven't even come. That's not being a good mate. Your word is not worth much. So a man's word really has to be, it's all he's got. And that particular mate, he would always try to get something from me. And today, he doesn't have many mates at all. And I've wiped my hands of him because he constantly let me down and constantly used me. He manipulated me into doing things to make his world better, but in the end, he ended up without my friendship, and then quite a few other people cottoned onto him too. So, think about your intention behind your words. Now, this video is also not about words, but it's about communication, which you could say words are communicating, but there's more than that. It goes deeper. We also use our body language and we use our facial expressions when we're communicating to somebody. In fact, often we look at people's facial expressions more and their body language more, because it tells the true story. And you can tell when someone's telling you a porcupine, a tall story. You can just tell by their body language. And if you're a cop or you work in that sort of field, you'll be even better at doing it because you know what to look for. And over the years, I've looked after so many young fellas. It's part of what I've been doing the last 20 years, and I very quickly can work out who's telling the truth and who's not. One of the things about your words and keeping honest is that your whole life will be affected by this. I went for a job interview when I was 25 years of age, and it was for 24. I'd just been a representative for Santano Paint, selling automotive paints and thinners, and then I went to another company called Frost Wholesalers, and Russell Frost was the company director, the owner. He had two warehouses, one in Invercargill and D Street and one in Christchurch and Durham Street, and he needed a sales rep, and I'd been selling paints with Santano Paints, and I wanted to try this new job. I knew nothing about automotive at all. Well, that's not quite true. I knew about paint. That was the only thing. I knew about body filler and paint and thinners, but I didn't know anything. I couldn't have told you the difference between a radiator cap and a bloody oil cap. I was pretty, well, that's probably a bit of a, I wasn't that thick. Leave it, Bigsy! chase the Pekekos. But I wasn't that bright on automotive parts. But I wanted this job because it came with a brand new car each year, an expense account, and it looked like a lot better than driving around the country in an old truck selling thinners, which I'd been doing in my previous job. I still have my other job, so I only went to the interview, and I wrote first, because those days it was in the newspaper, we didn't have internet, and I wrote to the newspaper, the ad, and I got a phone call at home on the old landline, and he set up this interview. And I went in there, and completely ill-prepared, and he told me about the company and what the job would be, and then he asked me a few questions. And the first question he said to me, "What's a lube?" I didn't know what a lube was, and I wanted to impress him, but I didn't know what it was, and I said, "Look, I'm sorry, I don't know what a lube is." And he goes, "Okay," and explained to me what a lube is, and then he goes, "What's a tail light look like on a trailer?" And I knew what that was. I said, "It's it's got a place to show light that goes on your license plate. It's got a blinker and it's got a brake, and I can even tell you the part number. It's still remember it, 26. Nah, forget now. I used to know it because I'd made a trailer on a boat trailer, so that was cool. And so I knew one answer and didn't know the other one. And then he said to me, "What do you want from this job?" And I said to him, "I want to add value to your company. So at the end of the day, when I finish working, I feel really good about me, and I feel like that the money that you're paying me, I've earned it, and it's brought value to you." And that was probably the best thing I could have said. Later on, I got that job. And later on, and there was a lot of people on a short list, and he told me to get back to me. He told me the deciding factor was when he asked me something, and I didn't know, that I was honest and upfront and said, "I just don't know." He said it was better than that to have someone bullshitting. He said because honesty is important, and he said he also wanted to know where I wanted to go in the company. And I told him where I wanted to go. I said eventually I'd like to be in a position where I could drive the whole country. I could go down to Invercargill, and I could see, because I loved to travel at that age. That job served me well, and I got it through my words. And I couldn't read well. In fact, I was such a bad reader, because I was so dyslexic. I used to use a little dictaphone, a little tape recorder, and that's what I use for taking the orders. And then I would sit in my truck and write it out very slowly later. Words can make or break a friendship with somebody. Words can start wars. Words have started wars. And words can mend broken hearts. Words can consult somebody when they're just about to take their own life. And I have actually talked somebody out of doing it with the right words. But more than often than not, it's the listening that's is equally, if not more important, how you listen. And listen with a true sense of trying to communicate with that person, rather than worrying about what you're going to say next all the time. Rather than thinking about what you're going to say next, listen to what they're saying, and you'll find that communication, you open up those doors of communication. Pace, you're not going under there. Come on, you're walking on the other side of the fence. You're going down here. No, you can't actually get through this fence, Pace. What else did I want to talk about? Words. Well, I'll start off with what I said at the beginning. Remember, when you open your mouth and something comes out, you can't take it back in. So be really, really careful with your words. And don't always have the need to always be right when you're discussing, having an argument or something with your words with somebody. Sometimes it's better just to be quiet. If you know you're right, then why argue it anyway? That's my little talk this evening as I walk around the farm. It's a beautiful evening. I hope you guys are going well. We're over 1,000 subscribers now, which is fantastic. And remember, this is a channel to help a brother out. We're checking on each other. And plenty of you guys have been checking on me, and I've been checking on you too. But if you're listening to me right now and you're in a place that doesn't feel quite right, and you're looking for any sort of advice, whatever it is, whether it's financial, whether it's drug and alcohol problems, whether it's relationship problems, whether you're suffering guilt, or you're suffering fear, or both, or you're feeling ashamed, or you're feeling misunderstood or not validated, put it in the comment section below and try to talk about it as much as you can in a way that can communicate to us, because we are brothers looking out for brothers on this channel. That's what it's about, and that's what it's first and foremost We don't have all the answers, but it's always good to put it out there. And none of us know what we're doing. I don't know where I'm going. We're all just winging it. We're making it up as we go along. Don't think we've all got our shit together. I certainly haven't. I have bad days and you have bad days. We're all the same. But us men need to learn to communicate with our words a lot better. So that video today, or this video today, is about using our words to communicate what we're feeling. If you are in a bad place somewhere, change something in your life, because if you keep on doing what you've always done, then you'll keep on getting what you've always got. That may mean stop smoking marijuana, or stop drinking alcohol, or remove sugar from your diet and start eating better, or changing your lifestyle. Could be anything. Again, use your words, talk to a brother, and check on a brother. Well, I'd better check on my my dogs, because I haven't got a clue. I can see Pace in the paddock, but this grass is so long we're going to make hay out of it. I don't know where he's gone. I haven't eaten today and I'm still not hungry. I've gone like all day. Oh no, that's not true. I had some pistachio nuts at lunchtime. That's why I'm not hungry. There's Poe right down there. Go steady, and we'll see you in the next Bro Check Club. And think about your words. Maybe you could say something below that could add to what I've said about words. Maybe you can think of something extra to add to that. See you later. Hey Pace, where are you, Pace? Oh, I've got my merino sheep up here. 3/4 merino, 1/4 link, and there goes Pace running through the grass on the other side. Where are you, Bixie? And there's the sheep over there. It's the mother with the 2 lambs. Beautiful sheep. I'm going to take the wool off them very soon, because the merino wool doesn't do very well in the summer. It can actually rot if you're not careful. They're not, well, it can here in Nelson. They're actually a high country sheep. There it goes. There you go, mate. And your baby's in tow. See you later. See you guys. See.